Hi, this video is about the dismissive avoidant attachment style. The other two avoidant attachment styles, fearful avoidant attachment style, and then there is the preoccupied anxious attachment style, which is not avoidant, by the way. And then there's the secure attachment style. I'm going to do a quick run through on those. The secure attachment style person is a person that looks at the world through the glass half full. The person is more than likely a very positive person. The person feels safe in this world. This person is comfortable making mistakes, taking risks, and then they will admit their strengths and their weaknesses. And so doesn't mean that they're without incidents, doesn't mean that they don't make choices sometimes that they regret or that doesn't cause problems. However, it does mean that they believe that they are resilient, the world's a safe place to be, and things are going to work out. So that is the secure attachment style. That's where we all want to go. There is the preoccupied attachment style, which is I would call the worrier. The preoccupied attachment style has a premise, a basic premise that you are good, I'm bad. You're good, I'm bad. The secure attachment style, you're good, I'm good. The preoccupied anxious attachment style, preoccupied is another word for obsession, says you're good, I'm bad. So they worry. They worry about their relationships. They fixate, they obsess on things over and over and again, and can't. It's as if their brain and their emotions are hijacked, and they just can't get off of that treadmill. Another attachment style is the fearful avoidant. The fearful avoidant attachment style has this belief dynamic, a basic premise that says you're not good and I'm not good. The fearful avoidant attachment style has a belief system that says we are both bad. You're not good and I'm not good. So I want you to come close to me, come here, come be close to me, be here. I'm worried about you, I want you here. And then go away. That's too close. Nope, that's too close. I don't want you that close. So come to me, go away. Come to me, go away. There is no consistency with the fearful avoidant. The person wants a relationship. The person feels lonely, wants to be close to people, but when that does happen, they run. So now this video is about the dismissive attachment style, the dismissive avoidant attachment style. Now, the dismissive avoidant views themselves as being very independent. Dependence is considered a weakness. They're independent. They are guarded. So you're definitely not going to get too close to this person either. They struggle with trusting other people. They do not like looking inside. They do not like people exploring. What were you thinking? How are you feeling? What's going on? Tell me about what you're going through. As a therapist, if someone comes to my practice and they have a dismissive attachment style, when I'm assessing and asking questions about their past or about their history, they get defensive and they came for help. So there are several things, emotions. A person with a dismissive attachment style appear to not want love. They appear to not want love, emotions, affection, that type of thing. They appear to not want a connection, which is not really true, because we're actually wired like that. We human beings are actually designed to have connection with other people, but this person doesn't look like it. The dismissive avoidant attachment style is where someone like a narcissist might fall. This person will not only will they not want love, they will deny their need for it. They will deny that they even want it, because once upon a time when they needed love, it hurt. They didn't get it, and so they said, well, I won't hurt, I won't feel these feelings, and I'm definitely not going to do those feeling things. So they deny that they even want love or need love. When it comes to emotions, the dismissive avoidant person will label anxiety as annoyance and irritating. When it comes to emotions, the person with the dismissive attachment style will label anxiety as annoying and irritated. So they may not say something like, I'm worried. They just say, I'm annoyed, I'm irritated, I'm upset over this. But the word worry, unlike the person with the preoccupied, anxious attachment style, comfortable with worry, they're very comfortable with that, this person will not. They will confuse emotions. They confuse love and affection with annoyance. They get irritated and annoyed when love and affection, they start loving on, feeling love for someone, and they start getting annoyed. This person views love and affection as threatening. It's threatening because what that does is it softens them up. Falling in love, showing affection, makes them vulnerable, and that's a weakness, and that's something that they try to avoid. This person tries to avoid touch as well, and affection. As a matter of fact, a dismissive avoidant type of person will complain about touch. They'll use things like, this person's pecking at me, or they're crawling, on me, they're pawing at me, and they do not like touch. That's very uncomfortable. It's very annoying to them and very irritating just for someone to touch them, rub them, hold their hand, that type of thing, show affection. And this person, the dismissive attachment style person, is not concerned about their own needs. They have grown up feeling needless and wantless. They must be independent, so they will not verbalize what they need, which doesn't lend itself to getting close to a person and getting to know a person. The dismissive avoidant person avoids talking about their family history. They avoid talking about the past. They will paint a really positive brush on their history. The person may say, I had a wonderful relationship with my mother. I had a wonderful, loving, adoring parents. But then they cannot recall not one wonderful, loving, adoring experience with the parent. So they don't like doing that anyways. They will start a relationship. They will start up a relationship. They do not tend to want to be alone. So they will initiate one. They will be excited at the beginning. They will be in this charismatic stage at the beginning, but then they're not sure how to maintain that relationship. Once the excitement dies down, the maintenance work of a relationship is where they are lacking. So they tend to choose less demanding partners. This person will choose people that will allow them to be distant, shut down, withdrawn, and not opening up and spending time and affection and things like that with the person. So this person will be charismatic at the beginning, and then that dies down as the demands of a close, intimate relationship sets in. The person will begin finding fault. They will begin becoming critical. So if, let's say, this dismissive avoidant person is a workaholic and they work, when they have that person in their life that wants to spend more time, they start saying this, they become critical of them. Will draw a preoccupied, which is an obsessive type of person, into their life. So preoccupied attachment person, so this person is really needy, and then this avoidant is really avoided, and here is the perfect storm. And even if they don't have someone like that in their lives, they will complain about the neediness of this other person that's only seeking a close, intimate relationship. And finally, the person with the dismissive avoidant attachment style will prefer the other person leave. This dismissive attachment style person wants the other person to leave. They want to get free. This is very uncomfortable, and they do not like discomfort. So they would much rather prefer the other person to leave than them. In spite of they're not showing up in the relationship, they don't want to hurt the other person. They don't want to break the other person's heart either. So they will remain in a relationship out of obligation. They may not do the things they need to do to have a healthy relationship, but they don't know how to do that. But they may remain in the relationship simply because they feel obligated, and the guilt that sets in, they don't want to feel those feelings. Here are some healing strategies for the person with the dismissive attachment style. If you have a dismissive, avoidant attachment style, it's really important to accept that that's what you have. That you, if you identify with the characteristics I just mentioned, doesn't mean you're a bad person or anything like that. It just means that this is how you had to have learned to survive in your family growing up. You had to build this exterior because you didn't get what you needed. And so you needed to somehow survive day in and day out. And you don't want to be sad and hurt and crying all the time. So you just took those feelings and pushed them down, and you became independent. Somebody needs to take care of you. So you learn to rely on your own. So accept that. It's okay to do that. One thing that happens when a person, I know with some of my clients that I mention the possibility of having a dismissive, avoidant attachment style, they dismiss what I say. I don't like labels. So they dismiss what it is. Their attachment style kicks in. This is how this person has learned how to connect with people. So they push people away, they upset people, and that's in essence a connection. Not a happy connection, but it's a connection nonetheless to some degree. It's important to examine your weaknesses and your strengths. This attachment style believes that they are better than other people, that they are smarter than other people. So know that you have strengths and weaknesses, learn what they are, accept them, and be okay with them. And start working on those weaknesses. Everybody has strengths and weaknesses, and it's really, really okay. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means that you're not perfect. Begin to develop a positive worldview. So look at the glass as half full. So everybody aren't idiots. If someone makes a mistake and someone does something that seems inconsiderate or seems like they didn't think about this or then do things the right way and they're not very intellectual, it doesn't mean they're stupid or idiots or crazy or anything like that. It just means that they're human. So it's important to work on your empathy and it's important to begin working on your empathy and compassion, and know that this is a good world to live in. The world is a good place to be. You do have something really good to offer, and so does everyone else. We all have something good to offer. We all have our pros, our cons, our negatives, our positives, our good experiences, our bad experiences. We are all in this together. Okay, since the dismissive avoidant avoid feelings, the challenges, one of the greatest challenges and the biggest pieces of growth for you will be for you to learn to embrace your feelings. Embrace not only those harsh, angry feelings, embrace those upset feelings, embrace the kind, softer, loving feelings as well. So one way you do that is to notice body sensations. So notice when you begin to feel warm. You know, let's say you're upset about something and you might notice warmth in your chest. Or a person might notice something, sometimes people will say something rumbling in their belly, not indigestion, not food, but sometimes you just notice something. Sometimes people will say, well, I feel like when I think about this, when I think about someone getting close to me, or when I think about this thing that happened that I'm so hurt by, when I feel hurt, I feel tightness in my belly. I feel tightness in my guts. I feel knots in my gut. I feel heat in my heart. Those types of things. Notice those. Begin noticing those. We all have those reactions. Those are bodily reactions to emotional experiences. All emotions really are, they're sensations. They're bodily sensations. That's really all an emotion is. So we want to have you start becoming very, very mindful of what you're feeling. If you have a dismissive avoidant attachment style, take a minute right now. Take a deep breath. Notice how the air feels going in your body. And notice how the warm air feels leaving your body. Notice how it feels leaving your nostrils, leaving your mouth, leaving your lungs. Notice the parts of your body that moves when you go. You know, notice your shoulders. Notice any tightness in your shoulders. How does it feel? Like I'm sitting here on a couch. How does the back of the couch, how would it feel against my shoulder blades? That's what the start of being able to connect with those softer feelings inside of you would look like for the dismissive attachment style individual. And you'll notice yourself less and less upset and anxious and irritated, and being able to be a little bit more flexible rather than irritated and annoyed with others. Last but not least, learn to love yourself. Be kind to yourself. You know, just as the dismissive avoidant is hard on other people, judgmental toward other people, they're even worse when it comes to themselves. When a person is a dismissive avoidant, they are very critical of themselves. They are hard on themselves. They have high standards for themselves, and their negative self-talk is very scary. Just as they will identify someone else as an idiot, they will identify themselves once they get really real. Once they're alone maybe, and feelings begin to surface, once life slows down that for the evening, feelings may start surfacing. Then they start feeling their inadequacy, and of course they become really hard on themselves. So love yourself, be kind to yourself, and learn to nurture yourself. It's okay to feel. It's okay to be happy, joyous, free, and loving, and kind, and affectionate. So be sure to love yourself without hurting other people.